Imagine nothing. No universe, no space, and no time. We are conscious, so we know that there is something rather than nothing. We can even conceptualize the idea of nothing, which we couldn't do if there really was nothing, because there would be no consciousness to be conscious of nothing. This nothingness is what many people believe it is like for a conscious organism before birth and after death. But this nothingness, which we supposedly came from and will go to when we die, raises some interesting questions about the nature of our awareness. Since most people would agree that you cannot actively experience a complete lack of conscious experience, why even refer to a you in this state? The fact is that we, as an external conscious party, can make reference to you regardless of whether you're conscious or not. This is because if conscious experience for a subject can only exist between birth and death, and we are in a time after your death, we can say it is you, your locus of awareness, that has this file of conscious experiences from birth to death, and in the present state, it is this locus of awareness we're talking about that's supposedly not experiencing anything, or if you prefer, doesn't exist now. Even though your locus of awareness is not present to not experience anything, we can still reference your locus of awareness. We do this by referring to the potential locus awareness that would be you if you were alive. This idea of potential consciousness is monumentally important for mapping out the future science of consciousness research in order to understand our place in the universe and achieve immortality. Let's demonstrate. In the previous thought experiment, we referred to the you here with a stream of experiences and senses from birth to death. You have a unique file, so to speak, of your conscious experience. Just as we use potential consciousness to refer to the file that is you after death, there is no reason we can't use potential consciousness to make reference to future loci of awareness. This file, the file that equals you, existed as a mere potential locus of awareness before you were born. Now, how many files are out there? There is in principle no limit to the amount of conscious organisms that could be born in the universe. Therefore, while most are empty, there are an infinite amount of these potential consciousness files. Now here's a question. If there are an infinite amount of these potential subjects, when your body was created, why was yours chosen? Why did your particular body, which is not much different than any other body, choose the potential center of awareness that is you? Why are you in your body, and why am I in mine? Many people answer this question by saying things like, you are your memories, or you are the functional or chemical arrangement of your body. With each of these cases, the you in you could be described as the sum of the entirety of these properties. While these are possibilities, the problem is that because all of these things could be physically cloned, it would mean that you could theoretically have a replica of yourself with the same conscious subject. It seems hard to deny that there are two subjects here when you have two distinct bodies. Perhaps this is even harder to deny when you realize that if your clone therefore begins to undergo the slightest change in brain structure or accumulation of memories, which by the way happens all the time, he or she would either become a completely different subject of conscious experience and was effectively killed without knowing it, or the same potential awareness would now literally be in two places at once. But maybe there's a better explanation. Let's make an analogy. If we have two identical computers, we still have two distinct pieces of hardware. Maybe that explains why you have two different subjects. But now the problem is, how do you map the different potential subjects into physical hardware if we say that bodies are like hardware? This still doesn't answer how the selection occurs, as it's just not clear how this could be done in a non-random way. It doesn't answer why it's like this, as opposed to this. What is a perhaps more plausible answer is that there's some central mechanism in the brain that simultaneously creates this sensation of an irreducible self and selects a potential subject in a way we don't yet understand. Alternatively, there could be an infinite amount of actual conscious subjects in the universe at large, meaning all of these files are actually conscious in some way, possibly transcending the boundaries of time. This would be consistent with the hypothesis that the brain is some sort of receiver of consciousness rather than a producer, picking up one infinitesimal slice of this higher conscious plane. This could literally explain the sensation of oneness with the universe that many people describe if certain mental states could change brain chemistry in such a way to temporarily let go of its subject of conscious experience. But if this is not the case, and the brain is somehow a producer of consciousness, then we'll need technology to upload your consciousness. In order to upload, we need to know how to get matter and energy into consciousness, and how this selection occurs. This will ensure that your awareness is preserved in an upload, and perhaps this knowledge could even be used to upload an infinite amount of awarenesses, including resurrections of our ancestors. But to make this happen, we need a science explaining how potential subjects become active subjects. Only then can we truly understand our place in the universe.